Russia. When you hear that name, you might think of huge snowy fields, shiny onion domes, and mysterious smiles. It's a big country, part of Europe and part of Asia, where old ways meet new ideas. It's a land of opposites. Big palaces next to small wooden houses, busy cities, and quiet countryside. When you arrive in Russia, it feels like a whole new world, full of history, interesting things to learn, and beautiful places to see. Whether you like learning about kings and queens, amazing art, or big open spaces, Russia has something special for you. Come with me as we explore this amazing country. Let's discover Russia's exciting cities, its wild places, and its friendly people. Russia's culture is as big as the country itself. Hundreds of years of history have created amazing art, music, books, and traditions. Think of the beautiful ballets by Tchaikovsky and the powerful stories by Dostoevsky. These show us what Russians feel deep down, their love of beauty and strong emotions. If you visit the Hermitage Museum in St. Petersburg, you'll see famous paintings by artists like Leonardo da Vinci and Rembrandt. If you go to a show at the Bolshoi Theater in Moscow, you'll love the graceful dancers in the Russian ballet. Everywhere you go in Russia, you'll hear stories from the past. But it's not just the famous places that make Russian culture special. It's also the everyday things like sharing a meal with friends, listening to folk music, and watching traditional dancing. It's like when a grandma gives you an extra piece of pie with a kind smile. These small moments show you what Russian culture is really about. You can't go to Russia without seeing its famous landmarks. Red Square in Moscow, with its colorful St. Basil's Cathedral, is a symbol of Russia's strength. The Kremlin, where the Tsars used to live and where the government is now, shows Russia's long and interesting history. Outside of Moscow, you can see amazing buildings like the Peterhof Palace in St. Petersburg. It has so many fountains and golden statues that people call it the Russian Versailles. Every important place in Russia has a story to tell, about emperors and revolutions, about art and strong beliefs. Outside the cities, Russia is full of natural beauty. The Siberian wilderness is huge, with forests, frozen lakes, and mountains covered in snow. Here you can feel truly alone, surrounded by nature. If you like mountains, visit the Ural Mountains. They are very old and have lots of trails for hiking through forests, past waterfalls, and up to amazing views. Whether you like quiet frozen lakes or exciting mountain climbs, Russia's nature will amaze you. Section 5. Many different people and traditions. Lots of different people live in Russia. More than 190 groups, each with its own language, special ways of doing things, and traditions. From people who travel with reindeer in the far north, to Cossack horsemen in the south, Russia's people are as different as its landscapes. This makes Russia a very interesting place. You can try a special tea ceremony in Kazan, or hear amazing throat singing in Siberia. Each experience shows you a different part of Russia and how important its culture is. Section 6. Friendly Russians. Russians are very welcoming and generous. They like to share their culture with visitors. Don't be surprised if someone invites you to their home for tea and cake. These friendly moments are what make a trip to Russia so special. It's not just about seeing famous places. It's about meeting people, laughing together, and sharing stories, even if you speak different languages. Section 7. Planning your trip. Going to Russia is easier than you think. It's much better for tourists now. Visas are easier to get, and more people speak English, especially in the big cities. Trains and buses are good and don't cost too much. You can take a fast train or a long scenic train ride across the country. The Trans-Siberian Railway is a very famous and exciting train trip. Section 8. Expect the unexpected. Russia is full of surprises. You might walk through an old forest in the morning and then drink coffee in a modern cafe in the afternoon. Old and new things are everywhere. Be ready for anything. Try new things and see the world in a new way. Try the local food and talk to the people. You'll be surprised how friendly, funny, and generous they are. Section 9. A trip you'll never forget. A trip to Russia is more than just a vacation. It's something you'll remember forever. It's a chance to learn about a different culture and see the world in a new way. So, pack your bags, be open to new things, and get ready to love the magic of Russia. It's a trip you won't forget.